jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, throw Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down is Smith. And it's hauled in by Dodson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Smith finding Dodson that time for a Washington first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Smith on first down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, Smith. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. It's Smith. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yard. Back at the 22. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go, let's go, get out, get out.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. He's going to look deep for Julius Thomas. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. 15. You got 4. You got 4.
Geis for the carry on second down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Hey, on. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Throwing on third down, Smith. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Doxson with the grab over the middle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw on 2nd down. Smith. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Well, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
Oh, everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And now here come the Cowboys. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Matt Ioannidis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith, complete. Richardson has it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Rip. Yellow.
3rd down, here's Geis. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 24. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Let's go. 15.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. 15. Hey,
Here's Smith. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Hopkins' kick is no good. It's wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Prescott looks to throw on first. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And again, it's Prescott. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now they have a first down and more. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terrence Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the handoff, it's Geis. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go play action here on first down. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. And even 40 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 22-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Second down, Prescott. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
You go 46.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Let's go. 15.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Smith looking to throw on second down. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught in the end zone. It's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Dotson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are going to take the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. He gets away from one. And another tackle broken. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. A second down throw for Prescott. Steps away to his left. And they'll get him down here at the 23. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Hustle.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, a nice spin. And now running right through it. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Smith now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Smith on first down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Demarcus Lawrence able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the 50, it's Smith. And he's going to go down again. Randy Gregory in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Caught left side, Williams. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll go down, and that will do it. for the third quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. A give to Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, here's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith. Smith now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll hand it now to Geis. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
He's got his man. This is Dodson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Smith keeps it on the sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Hey, on. 35.
Here's Geis, and he's got some space here. Oh, and now he bowls him over, and he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On first down, Smith. He sets to fire deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Tressway now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
This is Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Prescott now on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Preston Smith in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and goal from the 1. On the ground, Geis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Double.
They come out here in the eye. They run with Geis. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
Get out. 46.
Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. Well, going into the final play of this game.